The Miami Heat have hope. We have completed step one of getting out of the play-in and hopefully getting into a sixth spot or even a fifth spot. Step one was getting the win at home tonight, April 12th, on a Friday. The Heat did that handily. They beat the Toronto Raptors 125 to 103, cruising their way to a victory. Whether it was their star players, Jimmy Butler with 14 points, that wasn't the greatest performance, but he did distribute the ball with 7 assists. He had Bam Adebayo with 19 points, bounce back game from his last game against the Mavericks where he did absolutely nothing. Tyler Hero had 17 points, 3 threes, but the story of the game was our young players. Nikola Jovic had 22 points, 12 of them from the 3. Haywood Highsmith finished with a plus 23-point differential, even only scoring 9 points. He played amazing defense. Jaime Jaquez with a plus 26-point differential, scoring 20 points, 2 threes, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. He was all around, on the court, everywhere this game. That's the type of performance we need in the playoffs. Jaime Jaquez, please step up and don't start sleeping now. Part of step one was getting some victories from other teams, getting some help from our fellow Eastern Conference members. We need the Pacers to lose out. We need the Magic to lose out to get into the 6th spot. Well, guess what? The Heat were lucky today. Both teams lost their game today. The Cavaliers defeated the Indiana Pacers 129 to 120. Jared Allen led the team in that victory, 29 points, 13 rebounds. He's always a monster on the boards. And then the Magic lost 113 to 125 by the Joel Embiid-led Sixers. The Sixers have been on a 7-game win streak, and Joel Embiid coming back during that win streak just adds fuel to the fire. He finished with 13 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Paulo Banchero did have an amazing game, though. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. Still couldn't get the job done. So the Magic and the Cavs have lost 1 out of their 2 games this weekend. We need 1 more loss from each team and a Heat victory. But first, before we go over their matchups on Sunday, how can the Heat avoid the play-in? How can they get the 6th spot or even the 5th spot if they get super lucky? Well, to start, the Heat must beat the Raptors at home on Sunday. We just beat the Raptors at home today. If we don't beat the Raptors at home on Sunday, this team's not even ready for the playoffs. But I do see us beating the Raptors at home on Sunday. After that, 22-point victory tonight? There's no way we lose to that Raptors team again. RJ Barrett had the best game of his damn life with 35 points tonight, and we still beat them by that much. We will get this victory on Sunday. The Magic must lose at home to the Bucks. That is the part I am most worried about, and I'll explain why in a second. Plus, one of these 2 scenarios. The Sixers either lose at home to the Nets, or the Pacers lose at home to the Hawks. If the last 2 do happen, then we will get the 5th spot. But if one of the last 2 happen with the first 2 must happening, then we'll get the 6th spot. At Sunday, at 1 o'clock, the Pacers take on the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I can see the Pacers losing to the Hawks. The Hawks can be a team that can get hot against good teams, can get lucky against good teams. You never know what might happen. Now, the Hawks, they haven't won a game this season against the Pacers. They lost their last series on January 12th, 126 to 108. And the game before that on January 5th, 116 to 150. So the Hawks have not been good against the Indiana Pacers. Do you know what that means? They don't want to get swept. They want to go into the play-in. They're locked into the play-in 10 seed. They want to go in with some fire. So come on, Hawks. Pull one out of your ass somehow and get a victory, please. Now, the one I'm most worried about, as I just said, is the Magic and the Bucks. While in my opinion, the Bucks should be playing their stars, Giannis and Dame, because they are still fighting for that 2nd seed. But they don't seem to care. They don't seem to care at all. Because if the Knicks win and the Bucks lose, the Knicks are the second seed in the East. But the Bucks don't care. They're prioritizing their health. They're resting Giannis. They are resting Damian Lillard. And they are taking on the Magic, who are starting all their players because this is an important game for them to not get into the play-in. Now the Magic have lost 3 of their last 5 games, but the Bucks are starting, and the Bucks did beat them on Wednesday handily. The Bucks' 2 best players on the court on Sunday will be Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis. I don't see that being enough to get a victory in Orlando at home. And Orlando is a good home team. Their home record is 28-12 this season. They are amazing at home. That is the part I'm most worried about. Now, can Chris Middleton go off? Bobby Portis can go off like he did last time against the Magic this week, where Bobby Portis had 30 points. It's very possible. The Magic can slip, they can choke, and just turn up into the good old regular Orlando Magic. So those that Pacers loss and the Magic loss are what is to must happen. Or no, the Magic loss is to must happen. The Pacers need to lose, or the Sixers need to lose against the Nets. The Sixers, they're on a 7-game win streak. Or it might be at 8 games now. They are not losing against the Nets. The Nets have all of their role players out, whether it's Cameron Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. Everybody is out. The Sixers, Mikal Bridges maybe, hopefully, he can do something, but I don't see the Sixers losing at all. All the teams the Heat need to lose are favored on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Sunday at 1 o'clock, mayhem in the East. Forget the Masters, forget Tiger Woods. We have to lock in for the Eastern Conference. It's wide open. Let's go Heat.